podcast you cheer for. Sneakers, business, talk. It's the Soul Material Podcast.
All right, welcome back. It's the Soul Material Podcast. It's T. Martin Street Shark.
And your man, the OG EO.
All right, we're here for another sneaker business talk episode. So we're going to show you why we're the podcast you cheer for, because we just want to just take a reflective moment and hone in to the NBA action as the season has started, and just put that kicks cam on and zoom in and see what those kicks on court are looking like. We're not halfway through the season, so this is probably like the first third, quarter going on, as we're gearing up for the holidays, and especially Christmas Day is NBA Day with so many games and special edition shoes that come out right there. So just for the first, bit, most of the teams of, 15, 20 games, we're almost there. So what's, anything standing out to you, OG, when you're looking at some of those kicks on court for the NBA action that's so fantastic?
Definitely, man. For this 2022-23 season, I'm semi-disappointed because Jordan Brand and Nike are kind of holding the earth, and us being 80s babies, 90s kids, I was a part of that era in which even the quote unquote alternative brands, if you may want to call them that, still came to show and prove, although they knew they weren't going to knock the king off, they were at least going to knock on the king's door. And right now, Jordan Brand and Nike, man, are just really killing the game now as far as with what Tatum is wearing now. Luka is really, oh my gosh. I mean, some stuff that he's wearing on the court, I would like to throw on, some shorts and go back old school in DC and put some slop socks on and get my already summer 23 ready for what he's wearing on the court already. And, alternative brands or other brands, because of people who hurt, so forth, right now, as we speak, Harden is out for a while. Unfortunately, Melo Ball, with his MB, 0.02s, great looking shoe, but again, him being hurt, and as we're speaking now, him re-injuring himself, so him debuting the black and teal ones is kind of lost some steam because again, him not being on the court, re-injuring his ankle. But even I'm shocked because I've always criticized Jordan Brand for making the athletic shoe, as far as with their signature athletes, look a little bit like a tier 5 or 6 lower than the actual Jordan. And I'm so impressed with Zion's shoe. Man, just the strap, everything about that shoe, performance wise, design wise, I have been thrilled, even from eye candy to the things I'm reading about the performance. And key thing also, you got to mention the Under Armour with the Steph Curry and the technology that they're using on the sole and so forth, and how they're going about. And he's kind of shifted the game now to kind of show folks that, you use trademarks the way you're supposed to. Nike wasn't doing that back in the day. Now everyone's starting to get on that train. So you're starting to see a couple of shoes come out. Shaq has now got the Superman shoe coming out with Reebok and so forth. So it's like going on. But I liked how Jordan Brand is just doing their thing right now, particularly with Tatum, with Zion, and with Luka. But I'm looking forward with the whole thing with Kyrie and so forth. And I think that you predicted this, Shark, that the man right now, my MVP right now, is Ja Morant. And it looks like he's going to be the next big Nike athlete as far as the guard position. So I'm looking forward to seeing what his first signature shoe is going to look like. But things are looking on the up and up. I'm just looking forward to Adidas coming through, with Trae Young and with Harden and with Dame, and hopefully holiday season, the second half, they'll do a whole lot better on the court than what they're doing now. But right now, man, Jordan Brand and Nike and LeBron are holding down the earth, no question. With everyone else wearing, their mismatch shoes or other shoes or going out to buy shoes, we're talking about just like PEs or particular player shoes. Right now, Jordan Brand's holding the earth.
Yeah, I'm definitely with the PE game. Had to go to Jordan Brand, and they've probably was doing a good job last year as well with the Jordan 36s, and now transitioning to the 37s. And there's they're actually adding. There's some WNBA colors that are going to be coming as well, or some of the signature models for the NBA players. Some of the WNBA players are doing their colorways as well. So I love to see those collaborations as well for the ladies. But specifically, again, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is going to get his own Jordan signature shoe next year. So that's already confirmed. But we have the Luca ones out now. So that's another low top shoe. Really like how he's embraced how he looks really humbled to have a shoe, and the way that he's carrying himself, and he's, out the gate, top tier, MVP status. So that helps to perform in the shoes as well. But just to show homage, because he's worn a lot of team, like college editions of his signature shoe. So he's knowing that the team bank colorways for the Jordan sponsored college kids are going to be wearing his shoe, and you kind of want his shoe to be the go-to shoe. So it's a great way to, just wear a bunch of PEs for all the schools that are going to wear your shoe. And that's like homage back to those schools. You hit a game winner, some Georgetown PEs, and then, Florida.
Has anyone done that, Sharp? I think, has anyone done that in history of the game as far as NBA, that homage back to college? Has that ever been done?
So, a direct parallel is it wouldn't be on the court. It was more like, well, it did happen on the court, but it was the tunnel walk and the court, and I just had to point to Chris Paul in the HBCUs. So especially back to the bubble, and then the first season right after the bubble year. Chris Paul and his Jordan brand did PEs for, and some of, I guess it may have started off with some customs as well, just not necessarily from the brand, but like custom artists revamping some of them, and then graduated into those official PE colorways. But HBCUs, because he was showing a lot of love to all the different HBCUs, because he was switching it up for a different school every time, and his fit would match as well. So it was just a great call for awareness. But that's how you just branch out, and you just, you show homage to the people that wear it, and then you're humble about it, and the kids will rock those shoes too. So that was so Luca's one. And I like the Zion twos as well. I have the Zion ones, so they're loaded with zoom. So that lockdown, that shoe looks like it could translate to multiple eras as well. And it looks durable for on like regular hardwood court and blacktop too, with that lockdown, that silhouette. It transcends where we're at. And then, as far as, again, so I love the Jason Tatum's just because he has a lot of PEs with his storytelling as well. So I have a couple of those too. Taco J's, and then he has one for his Mustangs as well. So can't wait to see. I think the 38s are like his tattoos or something like that. So I mean, keep them coming. It's funny how those aren't selling because some of them already went on sale that I already bought. So it's amazing that you can actually buy a special edition PE in the store, and people aren't caring, but so much. But if you're a purist, you like these things. You can go back and we listen to the previous episode about what a PE versus that player edition versus those customs that come in and where they come and where they came from, and those colorways. Always love a good story. And then speaking of stories, you talked a little bit about that foam technology over at Under Armour with the Curry brand, because again, wow. So you got the Curry 10s, but a couple other that model has revamped and brought back some of the retros, because you can get some Curry ones in some of the original colorways now, and then they revamped the Curry ones with the low top and put the flow sole on them. So so shout out to home team Will Barton. Had a highlight the other night with nice slam dunk while he was rocking his Currys.
And let me say the name, because I just love saying the name. It's the Curry One Low Flotro. Joints. I just like it's just smooth saying that. Curry One Low Flotro.
The Flotros. Yeah.
Will the thrill.
And each brand has it. So that's why when we look across at some of the other brands, you don't see that, Adidas has the Resto mod, there's, so other than Dame Lillard and Trae Young, everyone else is wearing Gilbert Arenas, because they're back in the mix now with the Adidas different colorways, and then Tracy McGrady. So they have the Resto mod colorway, where it's the retro shoe but updated cushioning. So but we always, again, one more time, just we like Curry brand over here, and the art imitating life, because again, unfortunately, like Melo Ball with the Puma, we wanted to see that signature shoe, and the popularity haven't taken off. Some of it has to do with you not being on the court. Unfortunately, stepped on someone's ankle, and then you came back, and he actually stepped on a fan's ankle, which was messed up too.
With a minute and 36 left in the game, I believe.
That was tough, so you can't, I hear a lot of people blaming it on the shoes and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that when someone's foot is wedged underneath you. I don't care what you have on, your ankle is going to turn. So
indeed,
just being able to, because there's some other stories behind the scenes with other shoes in the past that were very similar. As soon as someone gets hurt, then it's just like, oh no, what's going to happen to the life cycle of the shoe? So because it's going to look like it's the shoe that's the problem, and it's just like, look, what have you done for me? As soon as you start balling, then we're going to forget that you that you turn your ankle in it. But art imitating life, because like the Sour Patch Kids colorway because they have those in the Flotro One lows. They have those and the Curry 10s, and in particular game that he rocked those in, where you even got that tunnel walks. They had the package of the big oversized Sour Patch Kids, and then you walk into the arena, and he's been lighting it up this year. And that particular night, it was just interesting to see that art imitate life, because you're on the court, high intensity. Ref made a questionable call, and in the way that they reacted, that was the perfect sweet and sour moment, because you're doing good and doing great in the moment, and then you just get so intense, you just a fiery moment, and you kind of scared the ref a little bit, and he gave him a technical. That spectrum, and to see the transparency and the emotions. But that's another reason that colorway and where it comes from, not only liking the candy, but just the representation. Just think about those commercials of the Sour Patch Kids and what they would do to people first they're sour, then they're sweet. Just really, you just always pay attention to great storytelling, and then when it plays itself out, that's just the icing on the top of the cake. So
and you mentioned Shark, he has been on a tear, a personalized tear, and I would Golden State is going to get themselves together as far as a team and overall record, but individually speaking right now, I had some concerns because he bulked up, but rightfully so. He's getting older. He's getting put. I'm like, how he is bulked up and how he's playing right now. I don't see how him and LeBron do it, man. Like, it's almost like getting better as they get older. And we are from an era in which, outside of Mike, maybe Karl Malone and a few other folks, you saw the decline in players at a certain age. It was almost instant. And I guess advancement technology and so forth. But the game he had in these shoes, again, it's making a difference overall, because if you go on Under Armour site right now, you see a couple of things that are completely sold out, and it's not optics at all. We're talking about thousands of pairs of shoes Under Armour Sour Patches were gone. Like I really was like, oh, after the game, I tried to, oh, it was not happening at all. And the color placement of that shoe is just great. And it's just good to see other brands other than Jordan, other than Nike, not only get some love, but also you see where there's a little bit of shift now with things going on with Under Armour. And I hope Melo Ball gets back, man, because what he did for Puma last year I thought was absolutely awesome. And again, you cannot deny that LeBron 20 at all. Of course, it's reminiscent of one of his best friends, mentors, Kobe Bryant, but it's a tough ride when you first put the shoe on, but oh my gosh,
I'm interested to see more players wearing the shoes. Like I'm actually a little surprised to not see more players throughout the league rocking the LeBron 20s because of that love for the Kobe so much. And then, everyone loved those GT cuts because of that. The GT cut ones because of the Kobe silhouette and low profile. So just interesting to see that. I don't think enough colors are out and you can't get any personal ones yet. So, we'll see how the season plays out. But that was one thing where for what it was, because you're going to see a bunch of his teammates are rocking. Anthony Davis is, was rocking Kobe's exclusively. And then now that these are out, he's been wearing nothing but the LeBrons because probably the same ride for him. So that's again, how do they adopt throughout the rest of the league as well? Because you have your Giannis's with the Greek Freak. What are we on 4 now? He was his. He gave away pairs to his teammates and they made a video, and put that out there. So that was funny to see him try to take Serge Ibaka's Adidas off and put his shoe on there. And Serge is like, hey, this is my business, though. He had to get it straight. But those
Paul George out there.
Those colorways all over. Yeah. With the Greek Freaks, and he's just right in there for MVP race as well. So you have to be determined on the, another Under Armour athlete was Embiid. Like we forgot that he was a signature athlete. It felt like they promoted his shoe for like a season. And then
he just had like you
don't know what happened.
A 15, 5 game or something like that. So jeez.
So, and again, we talked about a couple other players, again with the Adidas, Trae Young, I think they already put out the palette for 4 or 5 colorways. Nothing moved too much, nothing to move on retail. And if you paid attention to his first signature, which wasn't bad, just didn't translate all the way off the court, I felt like. But you're catching a lot of those on sale now as well. So that was a popular sale shoe for those that caught some of the harder acquisition as well. So yeah, that's kicks on court. But leading the pack. We talked about the Jordan brand, but it has to do with the players. So I'd say leading the pack is Luka, and then you got Curry, Steph Curry on the other side, because I don't know who else can hold their weight. I wish Dame Lillard didn't get hurt so quick because the Blazers got off to such a hot start as well. So you get some of those opportunities lost. So he came back in the mix. But again, we're searching for those signature moments. So hope. And
Giannis is being Giannis right now, so that's what it is. No surprise at all. So
when we're talking about the Celtics, they're top of the East, doing numbers, and I want to see Brooklyn get themselves together because I feel bad for KD out there, but he's been rocking some. We're on the KD 15 now. So some of his shoes, he had the producer edition with some of the top hip hop producers out there that they got to make their own colorway. So that was pretty cool.
His off-white inspired ones he had that was all white and black.
That's what I was going to say, because I think he's only worn on on the court like once or twice, but you've seen him doing his pregame warm-ups in those mostly. But yeah, those off-white 15s is just like, are those you know, you got the hottest ones you saving for yourself, you know, because I really like those, especially if they came with extra laces where you could change them up like because those are actually inspired by the Presto off-whites in particular, because that was one of Katie's favorites of the off-whites. So yeah, so we got those. We don't know if the Kyries are going to make it to the shelves at all the retailers. Some of them because of recent events and backlash, whether it's fully justified by these companies or not, they're kind of just reacting. They're showing that they're not as informed as they advertised to be as well. So we'll see. As of now, some things might have been on pause with Kyrie and Nike because there was a Kyrie 8 signature that was supposed to drop. So some retailers are already actually put them on the shelves if they already got their shipments. And some of them might be marking them down already. So, but yeah, kicks on court. It's, you know, still early in the season. Can't wait to get to some of the more themed editions because this was just the beginning to get the season started. So can't wait for more stories to get told. Get through the Christmas edition. I see there's some LeBrons some LeBron Christmas edition ones. You know, at first I thought they were just going to be like a Grinch thing, but it looks more green and red traditionally. So can't wait to see what those look like. And it's funny because some of those Jordan retros, you're not seeing those on the court. It's hardly that much anymore, probably because they probably don't perform as well as the other shoes on the market for what your needs are. So, other than the 11s, you probably don't see too many cats rocking the 6s or 5s in the games anymore.
For nostalgia reasons.
Yeah, unless you're just doing it for the culture, like PJ Tucker with your custom insoles and then like switching them at halftime. So yeah, I think that's a good wrap up for Kicks on Court, for that first quarter of the season. Just to zoom in and see what's going on. But first looks like Jordan Brand with Luka. Surprise, surprise, the top players are leading the pack. Steph Curry and Luka Doncic. So looking forward to seeing what's next, what more colors are coming, and see how these stories unfold.
Understood. But until next time, it's the OGEO.
All right, T-Mark the Street Shark. Another clarity over the popularity, sneaker business talk in the books. See you next time.
Peace.